Hello my viewers and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are spotlighting a controversy that's stirring strong reactions, the battle over the Emmy nomination of Bisan, a Palestinian journalist from Gaza. Now, despite her harrowing documentation of the ongoing suffering and displacement of her people, Bisan faces opposition from a group of 150 celebrities and Zionist advocates trying to revoke her Emmy nomination. Now, these critics argue against honoring Bisan for her courageous reporting on the genocide and destruction in Gaza, despite her own dire circumstances. So join me as we take a look into the complexities of this issue and explore the broader implications for journalism and recognition in the face of political and ideological conflict. Take a look at these videos. I will be right back, and when I do, I'll share more information on this.
The Emmys will not revoke Palestinian journalist Bisan from the journalist nomination. They have found no grounds to date upon which to overturn the editorial judgment of the independent journalists who reviewed the material. Oda and media outlet Al Jazeera Plus were nominated at the 2024 News and Documentary Emmy Awards for Outstanding Hard News Feature Story Short Form. Emmy Awards will not void Palestinian journalist Bisan Oda's nomination amid activist group outcry over her alleged involvement in the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine. A bunch of B-list, C-list celebrities and has-beens got together and wrote an open letter asking the Emmys to rescind Bisan's nomination. Some of these people include Haim Saban, Selma Blair, Deborah Messing, Rebecca De Mornay, Sherry Lansing. I don't even know any of these people other than Deborah Messing, who's a known Zionist. But thank goodness the Emmys have some common sense, as they will not be rescinding Bisan's nomination.
Bisan was nominated for Emmy, and 150 celebrities, Zios, got together to write a letter to people who are responsible for the Emmys to try and convince them to resend Bisan's Emmy nomination for her documentary. She's living in rubble, basically has nothing, has lost everything in the past year, and you won't even allow her to receive an Emmy? Mind you, some of the people who signed this letter have literally played as very racist caricatures of Arabs in movies. This is quite frankly sick. To not even allow her reward that she rightfully earned.
Cowards. 150 racist, discriminatory, genocidal cowards are advocating for Bisan, Bisan, the journalist in Gaza, who starts off her videos by saying, "It's Bisan, I'm still alive." They are advocating for her not to win an award that she has won, for her reporting the genocide of her people. I'm going to repeat that again. 150 garbage human beings, genocidal, racist, discriminatory human beings, don't want Bisan, a girl from Gaza, who is documenting her forced displacement, her forced starvation, the genocide of her people day in and day out for over 300 days now. They don't want her to win an award. They're mad that she's won an award. At a bare minimum, all of us deserve to pay a tax to Gaza for what we have allowed it to go through for over 14 years now and longer. But let's just talk about the stuff that's happened in the last 14 years. We deserve to pay a tax for just that. Imagine everything. Imagine everything that we have let Palestinians suffer through as we watch. So with that happening, we owe that. Imagine one award, just like one thing. We can't stop them being murdered. We can't stop them from being starved to death. We can't stop them from being sniped and from being none of that stuff. We just are allowing them to win an award, and Zionists are mad. The Zionists are like, nuh-uh, not that. We won't let you be fed. We won't let you be safe. We won't let you have autonomy or freedom or liberation from occupation. We want you dead, and we want you to never win an award either. For being heroic and for in the face of death and destruction caused by the Zionist entity, she stands up every single day and she says, "It's Bisan, I'm still alive." We truly, like Muhammad al-Qudus said it, we truly deserve for Gaza to forsake us, to spit on us for what we have allowed it to suffer through, and all Palestinians for what we have allowed them to suffer through. But it is so especially horrifying to say we're not even going to let you be rewarded for the incredible and superhuman things that you do, despite how horrible Zionism and Israel is.
I have tried to think how I'm going to start this video, but Bisan, right, was nominated for an Emmy. We love that for her. We want her to win, but most of all, we want her to go back to her home and live in peace in a liberated Palestine. Today, it came out that 150 Hollyweird people, including Selma Blair and Deborah Messing, signed some sort of petition or letter that will be handed over to the powers that be at the Emmys, asking them to essentially rescind the nomination or not let Bisan win. Not only are y'all Zionists, but you are all completely out. Hollyweird, you have completely earned that name, like really correctly so. Imagine being in the comfort of your home somewhere in LA and signing a petition to essentially say, oh, I don't like that Palestinian being nominated for an Emmy. And Bisan is just like, I don't care about all y'all. I don't care about the Emmys. I don't have anywhere to sleep tonight. The streets are not safe. My home is under rubble. My family and I have nowhere to go to. Bisan said she'd rather die because that would be better than being in her situation right now, because she is in the middle of a freaking genocide. And Deborah Messing and Selma Blair are signing petitions to remove the Emmy nomination. I just cannot know.
Hi, I'm Bisan from Gaza and I'm still alive. How many of you have gotten so used to hearing that every single day since October? How many of you have gone into a sheer panic when Bisan hasn't uploaded? Somehow Bisan opened a portal into Palestine for so many of us. She humanized the struggle. We watched as she was displaced. We sat with her when she cried. We smiled with her when she found joy. We mourned with her when she saw loved ones taken away. Bisan is truly a storyteller because she has told us the story of what is happening in Palestine in a way that we feel every single emotion that she and the people around her feel. And she's been nominated for an Emmy with Al Jazeera. And this is an amazing accolade to a brave young woman who has risked her life and opened her vulnerabilities to show the world what is happening to her people. And then what? 150 wannabe celebrities sign an open letter to the Emmys to say this award nomination should be taken away from her. I mean, 150 celebs. Really? The two most famous ones in there are Deborah Messing, and the only reason I even know who she is because she's out there peddling her propaganda. I swear, she hasn't even been in anything since the 1990s. That's how pathetic. Then we have Selma Blair. I swear the last thing she did, I heard she did something in DuckTales 574. So I don't know, what did she make? $2 in royalties? These are people with nothing to even back who they are. And they are writing this letter to take this nomination away from her. And they do it under a guise of a charity called Creative Communities for Peace. How peaceful is it to deny a G-side survivor, someone who's literally going through a G-side, their one nomination for something that they deserve? You know what it is? It's desperation. That's what it is. Because you know that we love Bisan. You know that Bisan's voice can take somebody off the fence and put them on our side. And you want to silence her. You want to break her down. And you want to take the one beautiful, positive thing that's happened to her recently away from her. It's not going to happen because the Emmys came back and they were like, hell no, not on our watch. The nomination goes ahead. So Bisan, I wish you luck, my love. I wish you everything from my soul, from my heart, from my being. May you win this Emmy. You deserve it. And thank you for everything you have ever done. And Deborah Messing, you only wish you could be half the woman that Bisan is.
Now, the monumental crimes of the Israeli regime in Gaza, the mass unalivings of civilians, indiscriminate bees, forced starvation, destruction of infrastructure, widespread torture and abuse have become known to tens of millions around the world. Netanyahu, Biden, Harris, and their accomplices in the UK, France, Germany, and elsewhere are widely despised. Nonetheless, diehard supporters of the Zionist regime continue their efforts to prevent the truth about the Gaza genocide from reaching the public. Now, along those lines, 150 so-called Hollywood creatives have written an open letter demanding that a news and documentary Emmy Award nomination for Palestinian journalist Bisan be rescinded. Now, Bisan has created an online video series, It's Bisan from Gaza and I'm Still Alive, in which she documents the destruction of Gaza by the Israel Defense Forces. By May 2024, she had accumulated some 4.1 million followers. Now, the news and documentary Emmy nominations were announced July 25th, and the winners will be revealed September 25 and 26. Bisan, in her various videos, provides images of the mass devastation in Gaza and the severe hardships suffered by its population. The constant evacuations, the long marches, the food shortage, the sanitation and hygiene calamity. She was also an eyewitness to the Al-Shifta Hospital B&E massacre, lyingly blamed by the Israelis and the US media on the Palestinians themselves. Now, the videos also reveal, despite everything, the resilience of the Palestinian people and their determination to resist the bloody Zionist imperialist oppression. Bisan's video updates and her very ability to survive and report the facts have infuriated the pro-Israeli lobby. Now, the filthy letter directed against Bisan emanates from the Creative Community for Peace, CCEP. The misnamed group of mediocrities and non-entities has, in fact, come together to promote war and mass unaliving. We have encountered the CCFP before. In October, the organization collected the signatures of more than 1,000 figures, including a handful of prominent names, to express support for the Tel Aviv regime and its genocidal offensive, then in its initial stages. As Israel takes the necessary steps to defend its citizens in the coming days and weeks, declared the open letter. Social media will be overrun by an orchestrated misinformation campaign spearheaded by Iran. We appropriately describe the letter as a right-wing provocation organized by mouthpieces for the Tel Aviv regime. From 1,000 plus last autumn, the CCFP has come down in the world. It has only managed to gather 150 entertainment industry leaders as part of its campaign against Bisan, most of them known only to friends and family. In addition to billionaire and major Democratic Party donor Haim Saban, the list includes 3 well-known actresses who will sign anything if it includes attacks on the Palestinians, and Selma Blair, known for her art-obsessed anti-Muslim rant on social media in February 2024, poured all these terrorists supporting goons. Islam has destroyed Muslim countries and then they come here and destroyed minds. They know they are liars, twisted justifications. May they meet their fate. Now, among other signatories, Rick Rosen, co-founder of Endeavor, the major talent agency, Sherry Lansing, former CEO of Paramount Pictures, and media executives Ben Silverman, and others. Now, the smear letter calls on the National Academy for Television and Arts and Sciences to cancel Bisan's nomination in the category of Outstanding Hard News Feature Story, short form, on the grounds that the Palestinian journalist has a history of promoting dangerous falsehoods, spreading anti-Semitism, and condoning violence. The letter doesn't provide the slightest evidence of any of this. Now, it asserts that her affiliation with the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine, a United States designated terrorist organization, raises serious ethical concerns that cannot and should not be ignored. Honoring some linked to an organization that has caused so much pain and suffering is not just irresponsible, it is a direct affront to the values we hold dear in the entertainment industry. As is so often the case, one has to rub one's eyes. These people are defending this unaliving of as many as 186,000 people, most of them defenseless civilians, including tens of thousands of women and children, by the Israeli military. The Nazi-like crimes identify the IDF, armed and encouraged by Washington, as a leading force of terror and violence on the planet. Now, the PFLP is a left nationalist organization most prominent in the 1960s and 1970s, when its leaders was George Habash. It remains today the second largest organization in the Palestine Liberation Organization, PLO, after Fatah. Whether Bisan has already any affiliation with the PLFP is unknown to us, but she has every right to belong to such a movement. Now, the CCFP later urges NATAS to rescind Bisan's nomination to prevent glorifying a figure association with terrorism and ensure the Emmy'S remain a symbol of peace and artistic collaboration. Again, the hypocrisy is almost supernatural. To its credit, the NATAS has so far rejected the right-wing demand. NATAS CEO President Adam Sharp, in a reply to the CCFP, asserted that for nearly half a century, the news and documentary Emmy'S have recognized excellence in television journalism. The honored programs and reports have taken viewers to the front lines of every world conflict, probed political and cultural divides, and sought to illuminate even the darkest circumstances. Some of these works have been controversial, giving a platform to voices that certain viewers may find objectionable or even abhorrent, but all have been in the service of the journalistic mission to capture every facet of the story. Now, Sharp goes on to explain that It's Bisan from Gaza and I'm Still Alive was reviewed by two successful panels of independent judges, including senior editorial leadership from each significant U.S. broadcast news network. It was selected for nomination from among more than 50 submissions in one of the year's most competitive categories. Now, the piece was also recognized for journalistic achievement by the Peabody Awards and the Edward R. Murrow Awards, each administered by processes and organizations wholly separate from and independent of NATAS and the News and Documentary Emmy'S. Sharp indicates an awareness of reports that appear to show a then-teenage Bisan speaking at various PFLP-associated events between 6 and 9 years ago. NATAS has been unable to corroborate these reports, nor has it been able to date to surface any evidence of more contemporary or active involvement by Bisan with the PFLP organization. Most critically, he goes on that the content submitted for award consideration was consistent with competition rules and NATAS policies accordingly. NATAS has found no grounds to date upon which to overturn the editorial judgment of the independent journalists who reviewed the material. Whether NATAS will stick by its pupils and continue to reject this McCarthy attack remains to be seen. In any case, the episode points to the increasing isolation and desperation of the pro-Zionist forces, including in Hollywood, where there is mass opposition to the ongoing genocide. We have finally come to the end of the video, but what do my viewers have to say? Share your thoughts as well in the comment section. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video.